We are live and rolling from the Twin Cities of Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Minnesota as the road to the 2019 playoffs kicks into high gear with Week 21's action. With your fabulous hosts ready for another exciting week of fun and surprises, Mr. Brandon Shannons. Hello, Minneapolis, St. Paul. Are you ready for some Chao racing? Yes, we are, and the fans are ready too. And hello to your fans home. Welcome to another exciting edition of Chao Racing 2018. The road to the 2019 playoffs continue this week, so let's hear about the playoff rankings with Paul's wonderful announcing. Take it away. So, Steve McMahon now has control of the number 1 seed with 13-8. All F1 Kings was at number 2, and Raymond Hill is sitting at number 3. And now replacing Joe Rafferty this week in the playoff rankings, it's Michael Creighton. With a 5 victory, he now jumps in the hunt at number 8. That's what we have in the playoff rankings this week. Now back to you, Brandon. And we're ready to go with Week 21's action here in the Twin Cities. Paul, tell us what we have to start things off. First up from the men's division, we have Carl Tanner, the Harlem Master F1 Kingsley, Max Lax Sandsburg, and the next generation superstar Antonio Bennett, one half of the Classic Go-Getters. Our races will be held on the Emerald Course, just like each and every week here on Chao Racing 2018. The first 40 participants are ready, so let's have a Chao race! And there goes the opening race participants, pressing down the line to start things off here in Minneapolis, St. Paul. It's home to the Twins in baseball and the Vikings in football. But we like to call our own fun here in Chao Racing 2018 with all of our fans cheering on their favorite superstars and divas coming up later on in the show. Right now we're selling for the men's division portion of the show, and it's F1 Kingsley and Antonio Bennett who will be battling for the lead up in the front. And who will get the first opening toss of the week as F1 Kingsley makes his way to a shortcut? It's Carl Tanner, that's who. F1 Kingsley made the impossible. He pauses for more, and now he's on the way to the top of the hill right away. F1 Kingsley is doing a solid season so far, doing a great job trying to make it to the 2019 playoffs in the end of the season. He has a commanding lead over his points right now, as number 1, who desperately needs to catch up in the bag, takes Beavis number 2 of this race. Antonio Bennett currently leading the other 7 Chao in second place. Carl Tanner not too far behind in third place. Antonio Bennett's making way towards the top of the wall. As number 2 will get a turn now. Now he really needs help, along with number 1. F1 Kingsley is surely going to let his fans join him around on the Harlem Chick this week. He is approaching the wall with no opponents to worry about. We passed the 1 minute mark of this race as we head back into number 2. A little bit more help that time. And right now Carl Tanner and Antonio Bennett are battling for second place. Well, knows what is next time for these two superstars. I believe F1 Kingsley is going to get another easy victory. No doubt about it for his fans this week. Next place belongs to number 8. And right now he is leaving numbers 1 and 2 in the dust. Poor number 1 and 2 are getting left behind from number 8. These two Chao really need a lot more help than that. And down goes number 2, that's across the stage. As he will get another turn, that makes his first be rest of the race. F1 Kingsley is going to get an easy victory. He should improve to 14-8 in his 22 races so far this week with a win tonight. As Max Sandsburg takes the next command because everyone's doing the hard check. F1 Kingsley is our winner. A great way to start off the week here in Minneapolis, St. Paul with the famous Harlem Shake dance with the master F1 Kingsley. He dominated over his opponents with that shortcut authority. Great job by F1 Kingsley and his fans. As number 8 will get another turn, that makes it second speed burst of the race. And now he's trying to lead numbers 1 and 2 at us. And the last speed burst of this opening race is expected to be made by Max. That makes it second speed burst race, who wound up 4 places behind Antonio Bennett. Alright, F1 Kingsley is now at 14-8. That's why he's still way above 500, still way above the playoff rankings, and we'll have another exciting race after this. The fun's just getting started. Alright, that was the first race. Now, who do we have for race Number 2. Race number 2 will feature Raymond Hill, Derek DePlay, Buster Najabo, the fastest swimmer out in the league, and senior class rookie Chip Suba. Let's see who is going to come up with a W on the scorecard this week as our action continues. Please start the race. Alright, here comes the next 4 superstars, especially down the line. Looks like Raymond Hill is off to a pretty good start. I haven't had his opponent right now. And right now it looks like one of these Philip Chao is for the rest all the way in the back. Seems like number 7 to be attacked. And another Philip Chao is pausing for one, that's number 2. And there goes Raymond Hill, busting down the line. He is going to lead over the 4 Chao. They're off and running towards the bridges. And let's see where we're going to be heading next. It looks like Raymond Hill and Buster Najabo are going to be heading for the water. And so is Derek DePlay. As the first superstar to get speedless is number 8, who's joining them in the water for survival. And guess who's getting left behind in the competition, fighting for dear life all the way in the back of the pack. Number 2 really needs some help to get back in this one. And he will get some help as he takes speedless number 2 of this race. So far, it is Buster Najabo and Raymond Hill who are battling for the lead, with Derek DePlay easing in the 3rd place, not too far behind in the pack, and they're making way towards the South 5 portion of the yellow course. As we head back into number 2, as we pass the 1-minute mark of this race. Now number 2 is leading number 4 and number 7 in the dust. Now number 7 is getting left behind in the competition, and right now number 8 pauses for one try to continue up. As number 2 will get a 3rd consecutive speed bus, now trying to lead over the 4 Stuart Chao. Meanwhile, Buster Najabo is trying to defend the lead over Raymond Hill and Derek DePlay. Can Raymond Hill and Derek DePlay spoil Buster Najabo's incredible swimming ability? We'll find out soon enough. Back to number 2. That's 4 in a row for number 2 at the cowboy. And number 7 is pausing for 1. So now he'll be left behind in the competition for a while. Now he's getting all alone last place behind the pack. He's going to need a couple of speed runs if he wants to get back in this one. And this is one of them. Back up in front, Buster Najabo should have his swimming powers ready. He's trying to get to double digits this week. He had 9 minutes prior to this week. I do believe with this swimming body, he's going to get win number 10. He should be in double digits this week, yep. As Chip Stewart takes an extra years, Buster Najabo is going to leave his opponents in the dust. And there you have it. Buster Najabo with another 5 swimming ability takes win number 10 of his 2018 season. He's now in double digits as number 1 will get a turn. And that is going to do it right there. Number 7 is getting left behind the competition like always. That's right, Paul. Buster Najabo is now at the double digits with 10 wins on his 22 races. Well done indeed. Back in the big, do not throw away. And here's something interesting, Paul. Interesting indeed is right, because for race number 3, we have Jason Hill, the 2014 and 2015 World Champion, along with both Alvahinas, Alvahina Senior in the license to drive, and Alvahina Junior, along with JJ Nehemiah at the number 6 position. So we have both Alvahinas taking on Jason Hill and JJ Nehemiah for this race. Everyone is on the clock, and let's rock this place! Alright, so let's see how these 4 will fare this week here in the Twin Cities of Minneapolis, St. Paul. Everyone's showing games and holiday spirit starting this week, and we hope that you join us in 2 weeks from now for the annual Tournament of Champions. It's going to be held in Lisbon, Portugal this year, which will be the defending champion, Ira Cabral, trying to defend her title this year. And of course, Donald Reddings will try to rep the USA to a 4th Tournament of Champions victory. But right now, it's back to this week. And right now, it is Alvahina Senior, the senior Alvahina, who have the upper hand in the convoy. He is going to be heading for the water, trying to maintain the ground on the only line. As number 8 will once again take the opening toss for this race. That's the 2nd race in a row, and number 8 has won the opening toss. And right now, Alvahina Jr. is for the race. So he'll be right behind the competition. He's trying to take the one as he will get speed bus number 2 in this race. Now trying to get back in this one. And look at this. The senior Albert Heenan is Flores. JJ Nima will move up to the lead. The junior Albert Heenan will have to push about with the senior Albert Heenan for 2nd place. Both Albert Heenan, senior and junior, are catching up to JJ Nehemiah at the convoy. As number 2, who leads over the 4 Stuart Chao, takes the next command for us. And right now it is Jason Hill who's getting right behind. And number 1 all the way in the back is Tawny for 1. As he passed the 1 minute mark in his race, number 1 really needs to speed us. And I think so is number 7 because number 7 passes for 1. So both number 1 and number 7 really need some help. Which one will get the next command for us? It's number 1 at 2. Meanwhile, JJ Nehemiah up at the front is trying to defend the lead while both Albert Heenan Senior, who is in 2nd place, and the junior Albert Heenan Jr., who is in 3rd place at Cup 1. And down goes the senior Albert Heenan for the count. As the next speed will be made by number 8. That makes his 2nd speed of the race. Poor number 7 and poor number 1 still really need some help. I think one of them might need a couple of speed runs if they want to get back in this one. Who do you think will get speed runs in time? It's going to be number 7 who gets it. So he will be number 1 in the dust. And that was fun. JJ Nehemiah is the first to approach home stretch, with both Albert Heenan rapidly catching up to him in 2nd and 3rd places respectively. JJ Nehemiah is at the home stretch goals, which is the ruby portion of the Emperor course. And as number 1 tries desperately to catch up with the next command speeders, making his 2nd speed race, it was like JJ Nehemiah is going to barely hold off the senior Albert Heenan to win this one. So, as JC Hill takes the next command speeders trying to stay alive, you get the only one off for JJ Nehemiah, as Albert Heenan will come in 2nd place, and the junior Albert Heenan will come in 3rd place. That means JJ Nehemiah now has 8 wins, trying desperately to get back to next season's monster for 2019. We'll see how he will fare next week, as this Hill is the closest one out with bad events. And number 1 can't just forget about this race all the way back. Alright, so JJ Nehemiah can celebrate. That's why still a long ways to go, but I'm sure he can make it next week. And we'll have another exciting race after we hear what for next. Alright, Paul. Now that we're out of our commercial break for the moment, why don't you tell us who we have for race number 4? Very well indeed, Brandon. Very well. For race number 4, we have the Jersey Devil John Stevenson, Hal Miller on the Miller Trainers, the Bobby Mater Bobby K, and the 2016 Rising Stars Champion Joshua Salmore. The players will line up and make for an exciting race. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race! Here we go. Alright, so as of right now, last year's runner-up Hal Miller has 8 wins of his 21 races so far. So now he is looking for win number 9, so that he could be one step closer of at least coming back next season for Chao in 2019. And right now it looks like Joshua Salmore, the 2016 Rising Stars Champion, is scoreless. That means he'll be left behind in the competition for a while. Up in the front, Bobby K is battling with Hal Miller, and it looks like they're both heading for the water, trying to maintain some ground in the only one. As the first superstar to get speed boost is the Jersey Devil John Stevenson, and I think Hal Miller took a shortcut. Yes, indeed! Hal Miller paid off his shortcut strategy, and now he has a commanding lead, heading into the Sapphire portion of the Emperor course. Well played by Hal Miller. As number 7 was US number 2 in this race, and number 2 is snoozing fundamentally. So he'll drop down to the last place on the competition. Now he's getting left behind. And right now, number 8 pauses for one as we head back into number 7, who now dominates over the 4th Stuart Chao in 5th place. Hal Miller is dominating over the very front over Joshua Salmore and Bobby K. Joshua and Bobby are battling for 2nd place in Cup 1, and we have passed the 1 minute mark in this race. Hal Miller is surely going to get another easy victory. No doubt about it for his fans tonight. Who got the next command viewers? It's number 8, who is trying to battle with number 1 for 6th place on the back. Right now, though, in the very back, it is number 2, who is getting left behind in the competition. He needs a couple of speed bumps, and I mean right now. but it's number 7 who continues his domination over the 4th Chao in 4th place. We'll get another turn. That makes it best speed buffs in the race. And right now, ChaoEmperor has his race all wrapped up, ladies and gentlemen. No one is going to catch up to ChaoEmperor and the middle trainers in a hurry. He is going to win this one, folks. As number 8 takes his second speed race, and Bobby and Joshua continue to battle for 2nd place. It looks like ChaoEmperor is going to win this one by landslide. So ChaoEmperor now has 9 wins up on his lead. As Joshua Samboy will get a turn out. He is expected to make the pass from Bobby K to one in 2nd place. Bobby K is expected to take 3rd. And let's find out who we're getting the next command speed race. And that next speed race will be made by number 1, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then. Number 2 has no hope for surviving whatsoever. And he's going to mess folks. And we have just enough time for one more speed bus on this race, and it will be made by number 7, who will say farewell to the episode Chao. That brings a total of 4 speed bus for this race for number 7, and ChaoEmperor and his fans can celebrate the victory. That's right, but will they survive in the only one? We'll soon know in the only one. Back in the bit, do not go away. Alright then, tell us who do we have next. Race number 5 will feature the fastest runner of the 48 superstars, Joe Raffley, against everyone Shante of New York to the Irish, Ralph Dennis, and from the Go-Getters 2.0 squad, Biggie Nelson is with us for this next race. So without further ado, pass it up to these 4 players, and let's have a Chao race! Alright, Joe Raffley is off and running. After a tough loss last week, Joe Raffley looks to rebound with authority. Right now he shook the palm tree, and now he's going to eat the coconut-shaped fruit, and there he goes, busting down the line. Let's watch the other 3 Chao now. It looks like Ralph Dennis is going to have come in 2nd place over the other 2 Chao. And right now Ralph Dennis is trying his best to catch up to our leader Joe Raffley. Ralph Dennis trying his best to keep some ground in the only one. And let's find out who will get the only toss for this race. And that first speed bus of the race will be made by number 2. And look at that. Number 7 is Gomez. So he'll drop down a couple places that time. And it looks like number 1 is Gomez. Now he will drop down the last place. So now he has a lot of catching up to do in the only one. As he will take speed bus number 2 this race. And oh no! Look who's spoiling Joe Raffley again! It's Ricky Nelson, that's who. As the next BS will be made by number 7, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then. I can't believe Joe Raffley's running has been spoiled once again. This time by Ricky Nelson on the Go-Getters 2.0 squad. He needs to hurry up to do. Well, anyway, number 1 will get a number 2. That makes his 2nd speed bus of the race. And now they will leave poor number 8 at us. Poor number 8 is getting left behind in the competition. But it's number 2 who leads over the 4th Chao with his 2nd speed bus of the race. Right now, we want Sharte, or it looks like Vicky Nelson's going to rest. Yeah, Vicky Nelson. Vicky Nelson went to rest, but I think Joe Raffley's doing the same thing. Yep. So Vicky Nelson's going to have a little bit of room ahead of Rumble. Let's see how long he wants to do it. Next BS belongs to number 8, who's trying desperately to get back in this one. It looks like Joe Raffley is not a very good flyer, so he's going to leave plenty of room for Vicky Nelson ahead. As Manuel Shante will get in the next command BS. And right now, Vicky Nelson has his race all wrapped up. Joe Raffley will have enough distance to catch up to him in time. As Ralph Dennis takes the next BS, that one went up for Vicky Nelson. 1/2 from the Go-Getters 2.0 squad. He now has 6 wins, trying desperately to make the cut from next season's 2019 roster. Joe Raffley will have to settle for 2nd place. Wow, he is tracking off. And it looks like Manuel Shante will come in 3rd place. As number 2 will get another turn. That makes his 3rd speed bus of the race, and that is going to do it. Number 8 is getting left behind. He's sitting in the last place blues. So Vicky Nelson gets the job done over the fastest runner, Joe Raffley. That's right, well done by Vicky Nelson, and we'll be right back after these messages. Stay tuned. And we'll be halfway done after race number 6. That's right, to wrap up the first half of the men's mission, we have the success to Jem Norris, John Miller of the Dazzling Aces, Kenny Days of the Days Brothers, and last year's third place finalist, Glenn Murray. Alright, training is over, the job is done. Now let's see who's going to come on top. Please start the race. Alright, so Glenn Murray currently sits at 12 and 9. Now trying to erase last week's loss in a hurry. Right now in the fourth, Chao are going to make their way towards the palm trees. And they're going to shake the palm trees to bring down that coconut chip fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And there goes Jem Norris. He is going to have coming out really up in the front. And it looks like candidates we're going to have second place because John Miller of the Dazzling Aces and Glenn Murray, the defending third place finalists, are both dancing to be back in the palm trees. And it looks like Jem Norris is going to be heading for the water. As the first superstar gets beat is number 2, who's also heading for the water. And look at this. Glenn Murray has flew over the top of the hill and he took another breathtaking shortcut. Now he's doing a pretty good job, trying to get one step closer towards a second chance at his dream of becoming world champion for 2019. As Speedbus number 2 in his race, we may by number 1, who's trying to lead the other switch out us. Right now, number 7, number 8, and John Miller on the Dazzling Aces all really needed some help. And it's John Miller who will get that chance. Now trying to lead number 7, 8 in the dust. Glenn Murray has a commanding lead after dancing to the beat back in the palm trees early on in the race, but now he's making his way towards the wall with no opponents to worry about. As we head back into John Miller of the Dazzling Aces. And right now number 7 is getting left behind in the competition all the way in the back. Number 8 seems like he also really needs help. But let's head back to John Miller. That makes 3 in a row for John Miller of the Dazzling Aces. But I highly doubt he'll make a miracle comeback in early on. Looks like Glenn Murray has reached the top of the wall with no opponents to worry about so far. And number 1 will get another turn. That makes his second speed best of the race. Poor number 7, meanwhile, is still way behind on the pack. But it's number 8, who's also left behind, trying desperately to catch up with the next command spears. Well, Glenn Murray has his race all wrapped up, ladies and gentlemen, because Jem Norris is going to rest at the waterfall. So Glenn Murray is going to get his 13th win, lucky number 13, in his 2019 redemption run this year. As number 2 takes his second speed rest of the race, passing a couple of Silver Chao, no one is going to catch up to Glenn Murray in time. And now you have it. Glenn Murray wins this one as Canadians will have the next command spears. Glenn Murray is now at 13 and 9, still in hunt for a 2019 playoff bid. And number 7 can just forget about this race all the way in the back. He is getting left behind in the competition, and it will be number 1 who will get the last command spears, making a total of 3 speed busts for number 1 for this race. And Glenn Murray, you and your fans can celebrate. That's why we'll see you next week. Hey up, Cool Glitch. And as more time coming up, do not go away. Alright, 1/2 of the races are done for the men's division. We got 6 more to go. That's right, and to start off the second half of race number 7, we have Big Cherry Tommy Days of the Days Bus, along with our defending world champion Don Reddings, Frank Fanantaro, and the computer wizard Peter Foles. Let's see who will be the fortunate one this week. Everyone is on the clock, and let's pop this place! Alright then, Donald Reddings continues his search for his second straight title as he tries to stay alive in the playoff hunt this week, while the other 3 Chao group to stay alive in the hopes of making a cut for next season's 2019 roster itself. And right now it looks like Big Chao Tommy Days is going to have come in really up in the front. The defending world champion Donald Reddings sits in second place. And it looks like Peter Foles went to rest. As Frank Fanantaro went to see when he tossed, he is going to join Tommy Days and Donald Reddings at the water. And number 1 is going to be all the way back in the policies. So now he has a lot of catching up to do in the order. As number 7 was Beavis number 2 in this race, and we have 2 Chao who took a shortcut. Frank Bonatello and the computer wizard Peter Falls. Frank Bonatello leads over Peter Falls as they make their way towards the Sapphire portion of the awards. Who's gonna win this one on the shortcut? We'll soon know as number 2. Well, the next command viewers, that will be point number 1 and 10 meet all the way in the back. Number 1 doesn't want to be left behind in the competition. We're passing the 1 minute mark, and it's number 8 who will get a turn now, currently leading over the 5-4 Super Chao with 5th place. Meanwhile, Dollar Renix might need a miracle, and so is Tommy Days. They're both doing a miracle to catch up to Peter Falls and Frank Bonatello, who are battling for the other front. But there's always next time for these two. Next PS belongs to number 1. He finally got some help, but he needed a lot more help than that to stay in the game. And look at this. Frank Bonatello's gonna rest. That means Peter Falls, the computer wizard we know and love, will have command the lead as they make their way towards home stretch. But right now, all eyes are on number 1, as he gets a second consecutive speed bonus to stay alive in the game against numbers 1 and 7. Yep, Peter Falls might as well have the upper hand over Frank Bonatello. I think he is going to win this one by several yards. Yep, as Donald Wedding takes the next command spears, it looks like Peter Falls is going to get win number 9 this week. No doubt about it this week for Peter Falls. The Peter Wizard does it again. Peter Falls wins this one over Frank Bonatello, who was on the 2nd place. And number 7 is Pentacles of Stevens. He now leads over the 4 Super Chao in 5th place. Numbers 1 and 2 are battling all the way in back, and number 7 is Susan. That's gonna do it. So Peter Falls is now 9 at 13. That's right, if he keeps it up, he'll definitely reach the 2019 roster. Back in a bit, do not go away. Alright, the fans are made for another exciting race, so let's simple it up race number 8. And we will bat it. It will feature Chris Schneider of the Classic Go-Getters, Michael Creighton, who did very well last week, Daniel here, the son on the license to drive by here Senior, and Kyle Leishman. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race. So, as the 4 superstars make their way towards the palm trees, we like to know that anything can happen in the Chao Racing universe. Will this be an anything can happen moment? We don't know, but one thing's for certain, anything can happen indeed in the Chao Racing universe. That's the motto we say each and every week here on Chao Racing 2018 and every season thereafter. Right now it is Chris Schneider who's going to have coming out in the lead. Kyle Leachman and Daniel Heaton are battling for 2nd place. And it looks like Daniel Heaton's going to be heading for the water. As the first superstar against Beepus is number 1. That's number 8 is going to rest. And right now number 2 is going to take the water, trying to maintain some ground in the only one. Number 2 doesn't want to be left behind in the competition. He's trying to swim his way toward water so that he can maintain some ground. I think he might have a chance. And who will get Beepus number 2 in this race? It's going to be Michael Creighton. He did very well last week, and of course he got the win. But he has a long way to go before he can catch up to our leader. It's Daniel Heaton, the son of the license to drive, who has command on the lead as we're passing the 1 minute mark in this race. As the next BS we made by number 8, who's trying to lead numbers 1 and 7 into the dust. Boy, number 1 and 7 are getting left behind from number 8, and it looks like number 2 passes 1. So he will join the other free Super Chao for the life on the way back. As number 8, who now leans on the 4 Super Chao, takes back the max BS. Meanwhile, Daniel Heaton has the lead. He is going to be the first to approach the wall. Could anyone stop Daniel Heaton from getting a long way further win in the season? We'll soon know anyway. Next BS belongs to Kyle Leachman, trying to make a comeback here. Numbers 1 and 7, meanwhile, really need his help, but it looks like they're going to hit the wall first. No number. Anyway, Michael Creighton quickly making it to the top of the wall. trying to make the pass from Daniel Heenan. As Daniel Heenan takes the next command viewers, trying to take the lead away from Michael Creighton out of his incredible power and strength ability on the wall. Chris Schneider and Kyle Richmond are also trying their best to make a comeback. The 4 and Chao are going to make their way towards home stretch along with number 8, and it's number 2 who will get the next command viewers, and number 8 is going to rest again. It looks like Chris Schneider is taking the lead away from Michael Creighton. Kyle Richmond trying to answer with a prayer. I think it's going to be a exciting one down at the moment as number 1 takes the next command viewers. It looks like Kyle Richmond is going to prevail over the competition. It's truly an anything can happen moment here in Chao Racing 2018. Kyle Richmond wins one of the greatest finishes of the season today. That's fine, Paul. What a deal it was. We'll be back for another exciting race after these messages. Yep, that was an anything can happen moment indeed. Now let's proceed to race number 9. Race number 9 of this exhibition will feature Edwin Lagetta, Casey Raymondson, Zach Arnson, and Rusty Instant Replay Jackington. Everyone is on the clock, and best luck to the next 4 superstars. Please start the race. Alright, so let's find out who will be the next victor of Week 21's action as the fun here in the Twin Cities of Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota continue to electrify the Chao Racing universe. And right now a couple of super strong in the West, and so is Aileen Lagetta. So he will be left behind along with the couple of super Chao. And right now there goes Rusty Instant Replay Jackington, and look at that. He is going to have full control of this match because the other 2 Chao are dancing to the beat. And who got the winning toss for this race? It's number 1, and look at that. Rusty Instant Replay Jackington passes for 1. That means number 1 will make the pass from the lead over at the bridges. Right now, number 7 and Aileen Lagetta are fighting for survival all the way back. And there's Aileen Lagetta who have the speed race number 2 of this race. And someone took a shortcut. It's Zach Arnson. He's going for it for double-digit wins this week, going for his 10th win of his 2018 season. As the next speed will be made by Casey Raymondson, who is battling with Rusty Instant Replay Jackington for 2nd place. And right now, number 7 passes for 1. He's going to be left behind in the competition on the way back. We're approaching 1 minute. He's going to need a couple of speed runs if he wants to get back in this one. And this is one of them. Will we get some more? We'll find out soon enough. Meanwhile, Zach Arnson has a commanding lead, trying to get his 10th win so that he can be in double digits, or most certainly coming back for next season. I think he's going to win this one indeed. Next speed rush belongs to Edwin Lagetta. That makes his 2nd speed rush of the race, but it will be a miracle to make it all the way to 1st place for this race. Well, there's always another season for Edwin Lagetta. Poor number 7, meanwhile, still really needs help. Numbers 2 and 8 really need help too. Which one will we get it? It's number 2. So here we pour number 8 in the dust. And back in front, Zach Arnson has a huge lead heading into home stretch as we head back into number 2, who now is battling with number 1 for the lead over the 4 Super Chao. Number 7 and 8, I believe, is squad battling for D-Life all the way back. They're going to be busy climbing up the wall, folks. So who will get the next one? It's Aileen Lagetta. That makes his 3rd speed bus race. But the big winner of this race is Zach Arnson by just about a landslide over Rusty Instant Replay Jackington and Casey Raymondson. That's the next BS we made by number 2. That makes his 1st speed bus of the race. Poor number 7 and poor number 8 are battling for dear life still. They're approaching the home stretch. And who will have the last speed bus? It's going to be Aileen Lagetta making a total 4 speed bus on this race. Yep, number 7 and 8 can just forget about this race. They're getting left behind all the way back. Alright, so with that win, Zach Arnson now at double digits. That's right, 10 wins of his 22 races so far. And coming up, we got another exciting race, but first, let's hear one from this. Alright, we're still a couple more races away from the main event. So, Paul, let's continue with race number 10. And for race number 10, we have Fred Harrison of the Dazzling Aces, Corey Sanchester, the AC Gamble title folks, and Luke Green, who was one half of last year's tag team runners-up. Let's see who is going to come on top of this race. Best of luck to these next 4 superstars, and let's have a Chao race. Okay, so they haven't done a lot of wins during the whole course of the season so far, but I know that one of them will definitely walk away with a W this week. Who is going to be the winner this week? We'll find out soon enough. Right on the 3 Chao and 4 Chao are going to make their way towards the palm trees to bring down that coconut shaped fruit, and now they're going to eat the fruit, and there goes Fred Harrison. He is going to have Kamehameha up in the front, trying to defend the lead over the couple Silver Chao and Corey Sanchester at the moment. And it looks like Corey Sanchester is heading for the water. As the first superstar gets beat, this is Fred Harrison over at the bridges. And right now, guess who's getting left behind early on in the race? It's number 1 or 2. Right now, he's also heading for the water, and someone took a shortcut. Must be Tyler Phones. As number 8 was Beavis number 2 in this race. Yep, Tyler Phones took a shortcut. After having just 4 wins prior to this week's race, I do believe he is going to get win number 5 this week. He is making his Atlantic City fans proud this week with that shortcut. Anyway, who got the next command for us? It's number 1. As we pass the 1 minute mark of this race, we're approaching the 1 minute mark just about now. There it is. And right now, number 2 is getting left behind on the competition, all the way in the back. He doesn't want to be left behind on the competition, but right now, let's head back to number 1. And now he leaves point number 8 in the dust. Tyler Folks has a commandingly climbing up the wall. Meanwhile, Corey Sanchester and Luke Green are battling for 2nd place at the current moment. I think Tyler Folks should deserve his long way 5th win of the season. Yep, he is going to be smiling this week for his fans. Next just belongs to number 2, who is trying desperately to catch him in a hurry. Yep, Tyler Folks is going to put a smile on his AC fans this week. No matter where his fans are, whether in Atlantic City or across New Jersey or any of the 48 global states, he is going to make his fans proud tonight. As Luke Green will have the next command viewers, Tyler Folks is making his way towards the finish line. No one is going to spoil his 5th win of his 2018 season this week. As Luke Green takes back-to-back spears, the Atlantic City Gambler, Tyler Folks, gets his long-awaited 5th win of the season. Well done, my Tyler Folks. And right now, number 8 is good rest, so he's going to be left behind along with number 1. Numbers 1 and 8 are going to be left behind as they make their way towards home stretch. As number 7, who can forget about being tailgated by the other Silver Chao, will close on the speed rest of the race. So Tyler Folks made his fans proud. That's right. I don't know who will make it back next season, but this week is a goodie. Back in the bit, do not go away. Well, the main event is not too far away now. That's right, Brandon. Coming up in the next segment, we will find out who will replace Buster the Jumbo as the Superstar of the Week in a thrilling main event to look forward to. But first, for race number 11, we have Dave Miller on the Mail Traders, Oliver Jones, Nick Gimmick, and Gary Coles. So while they're busy preparing for the main event, let's find out who wins this race. Everyone is on the clock, and let's rock this place. Okay, this is the race that will precede Week 21's main event here in the Twin Cities this week. And right now, these 4 superstars are making their way towards the palm trees, with fans on both sides of the palm trees track cheering on for the favorite superstars, as well as all fans across the entire track, including the finish line. Right now, who is going to have coming out of the lead? It's going to be Dave Miller on the Miller Traders. That's who. Nick Gimmick is battling with numbers 2 and 8 for 2nd place at the current moment. Dave Miller is making his way towards the water and is swimming like crazy. And it is Oliver Jones, who had only 1 win in his entire 2018 season, who will win the winning toss for this race. I highly doubt he'll get any wins for the entire season. Anyway, number 8 is Cortez, so he will drop down to last place over at the bridges. Now he has a lot of catching up to do in the early run. As Spears number 2 in his race, we're made by Nick Gimmick, who was a 2014 Tag Team Champion along with being runner-up in the 2014 World Championship main event himself. Right now it is Dave Miller, who is making his way towards the south final portion of the Nemo course, as the next Spears we made by number 1, as we pass the 1 minute mark of this race, trying to catch up to Albert Jones at a come away for 5th place. Right now number 7 and 8 also really need his help, and so is Gary Cole, who currently sits in 4th place, and number 8 pauses for 1. So he's going to need a couple of speed runs to get back in this one, and this is the first of them. Will we get some more, or wait, time will tell. Meanwhile, Dave Miller has a commanding lead, but Nick Gimmick is rapidly catching up to him bit by bit, and it's number 7 who will get the next command. Poor number 8, meanwhile, is getting left behind in the competition. Albert Jones seems like he also really needs some help. Which one is going to get some help? It's Albert Jones. That's who. That makes it his second speed buzz in the race, but it will be a miracle to make it all the way to 1st place. Dave Miller has a solid season so far. He had 11 wins of his 21 races. I think we'll win tonight. He is going to stay above 500 at 12 and 10. No doubt about it. And Gary Coles will get the next command. Yes, we'll be battling with Nick Gimmick for 2nd place. Yes, sirree. Dave Miller is going to remain above 500 for 1 more week. He is going to improve to 12 and 10 this week as number 2. Well, the next command. Yes, no one is going to catch up to Dave Miller on the Miller Trainers in time. And there you have it. Dave Miller is the winner as number 8 will get another turn. That makes his second speed buzz race. And poor number 1 is getting left behind in the competition all the way back. Number 7 is also left behind. And we have just enough time for 1 more speed buzz on this race. And we may buy all of those. That makes his 3rd speed buzz to the race. Let's just say he just had fun, shall we? And Dave Miller can celebrate. That's why he's now at 12 and 10, and the main man is on his way next, right after we present a word from this sponsor. Well, the holidays are just around the corner. If you haven't done your Christmas wish list, make sure you and your kids make your Christmas list right now. You still got plenty of time before Christmas, so don't rush. But right now, it's time for the main event for Week 21 here in Minneapolis, St. Paul. That's right, Brandon. And this week, we have Iron Fabulous Warriors Steve Winkman taking on Chris Monacos, Vince Dayson, and the Godless Master Garrett Dayton. Since Buster Jabo has won the previous 3 individual main events, this week we'll decide who will be the new Superstar of the Week to replace Buster Jabo. So without further ado, it's good luck to these 4 superstars, and please start the race! And while Chris Monacos is gonna rest, this week's main event is presented by Taco Bell. Whether enjoying a hard corn burrito or a soft flour tortilla or other great appetizers on the menu including mild or fire sauce, make sure to think outside the bun with Taco Bell at your nearest store worldwide. And right now in the 4th, Chao gonna eat the fruit. And there goes Garrett Dayton, followed by Steve Winkman in 2nd place, Garrett and Steven. Oh, and it was like Garrett Dayton is blessed. That means Steve Winkman is going to have command on the lead as number 7 who win the only toss for this week's main event. And right now, guess who's getting left behind dancing to the beat back in the palm trees? Chris Monacos was dancing to the beat, so now he has a lot of catching up to do in hurry. And number 8 is blessed. And Chris Monacos is going to pay off his shortcut. But as number 7 opens this one out with back-to-back spears, guess who else has took a shortcut? It's Iron Fabulous Warriors Steve Winkman, 1/2 of the Lucky Orange. He is going for his 14th win of his 22 races so far, and the first Superstar of the Week of his necessary 3. We'll soon know if he will make it happen as number 1, round the next command spears, and right now number 8 pauses for 1. That means he'll be right behind in the competition as he passed the 1 minute mark of this race. So he's going to need a couple of speed runs if he wants to get back in this one. And this is the first of them. Steve Winkman is safely in the lead, while Chris Monacos sits in easy 2nd place. Meanwhile, Garrett Dayton trying to catch up to the 2 in 3rd place. Who is going to come on top? Only time will tell as they make their way towards the next portion of Sapphire, of course. Back to number 8, and now he's battling with number 2 for dear life all the way in back. Stealing Man is the first approach home stretch with a comfortable lead ahead of Chris Monacos, and it's number 2 who will get a turn now, thus leaving number 8 in dead meat for the second time in this race. I don't think number 8 will get a speed bust. Not right now, but maybe later. Right now, it is Garrett Dayton, the Gunner Star Master, who will get the next command FPS, but this race is all about Iris Morris Warrior Stealing Man as he makes his way towards the goal line. Stealing Man wins Week 21 Speed and presented by Taco Bell. Just like a fire sauce, he is on fire this week. He now has 14 wins, and number 8 will get another turn. That makes his first speed buzz race. That's going to be followed by Chris Monacos in second place. And I think Garrett Davis scored 1 in third place. Yep, he'll wrap out the top 3. And number 8, who still really needs help, gets back-to-back fields for the second time in this race. That makes 4 speed buzz for this race. And the last speed buzz of this week's main event, presented by Taco Bell restaurants across the U.S., is going to be made by none other than Ben Stason, one half of the defending tag team champions who come in 4th place. Numbers 2 and 8 have no hope for surviving whatsoever, and Stealing Man wins his first Superstar of the Week. That's right, and now he's at 14 wins. The Women's Division is on next, but first let's hear what from next.